When you dress and feel good, your confidence is elevated 10 levels up. And to achieve all this, you need a fashion designer who is all about style, class, and uniqueness. Today, we not only bring you one such designer, but a designer whose company and clothing line are inspired by the African culture and originality. This is D&D Clothing, setting the trends in fashion. Take a look at this.
My name is Dennis Osadebe. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I'm based in Dubai. I'm a fashion designer per se by blood, and my brand is called D&D Clothing. It's an African-inspired brand that is selling all over the world. In fact, we call it a movement. You understand? It's an African fashion movement because this is the first brand that is producing all kinds of clothes, from t-shirt to pant to bra to suit to wedding gown. We're making all kinds of production here in Kenya. Actually, we came here during pandemic last year, and now we are producing up to 5,000 products in a month.
Africa-inspired fashion trends that tell the African stories have in the past decades dotted the streets and the fashion runways, a clear indicator that there are think tanks behind these trends.
The fashion experience built me as a person, and before then also it makes me to have a very big thinking about Africa, because the truth is that Africa has a very long way to go. We have very great creative minded in Africa. We have a lot of people who can do amazing things. But the fact is that you can only give what you have. You understand? So if you've been taught doing just practical theory, not practical, so there is no way you can be able to give a perfect finishing. You understand? So those are the things that I did, and I make sure that I brought in those people so they can come here, also teach our African people, so we can replicate the same thing that they are doing there. So those are why I went to Europe, and after that I started bringing them here, and now we are doing great in Africa.
Coming into a new region to make a difference, D&D Clothing had to be strategic in order to achieve the idea that they had.
It was a bit difficult, yeah, from the beginning, but we are trying our best. So we're trying to make sure that everything is working, because it's a bit difficult and different from other world, like from Dubai even, or from Europe. So we are trying to make sure that we are doing our best, and we are working with the best professionals here in Kenya. Our goal and our dream is to make sure that every African person wears our brand. So we are so sure that that's what we will reach. And we want African and all people in the world to be proud of wearing something that is made in Africa. And actually, it's not only about clothes, but about anything that we're talking about any production. So we really try to make sure that whatever is producing right now in Kenya, that it will be all around the world.
Before starting D&D Clothing, Dennis had an entrenched experience in the movie industry, and it is perhaps what ignited him to start D&D Clothing.
But before now, I was making movies in Nigeria, by the way. So I have made a lot of movies. So from, costume, checking everything is all Western, and everything that is coming from abroad. So I was not feeling okay about that, because it's an African entertainment, yeah. So that means Africa should tell their own story by everything. Because if Chinese is making their movie, they costume themselves according to China kind of a movie. So if Africa make movies, also we should costume ourselves in our own African way. I think that is where we can be able to tell a better story. So those are the things that even prompt me to travel out from my country. I went to Europe, do my feasibility study. Then after that, form my team there, then we start our operation in UAE, Dubai.
Trends come and go, but nothing leaves a lasting impression like African fashion. And at D&D Clothing, this is something they are keen on. Their attention to details has elevated them to the level of a movement.
Why it's called African fashion movement is, you see, in Africa, you can't find anybody making suits for example, in Africa. If you go to India now, you see during time of Gandhi, they form their own kind of suit. You can be able to identify this is suit for Indians, long gun. But in Africa, nobody is doing that. You know, when they come to Africa, the perspective for us as an African is, okay, Ankara or Ketenge or whatever Kikuyu kind of dress, that is what people think, that is the only thing that we can do. So we're changing that mindset, and that is why we start creating our own print with African heritage story. You understand, most of our print is, we have Nefertiti, we have Freedom, we have 1963, we have different kind of print that is telling a story of Africa. The story behind the print was, we started with Ankara, by the way. And when we were making this Ankara, and we start making a very creative Ankara kind of dress, we were bringing wood in from Ghana, we're bringing your Maasai from Kenya. So, and people, you know, sometimes you see when foreigners want to wear is a little bit stiff. So they want to feel free and see how they can be able to dress that in T-shirt, for example, like in a shirt, in a normal office shirt. So those are the things that prompt us. And our designer decided to say, okay, if that should be the case, let us start creating our own Ankara in a Western kind of wear. And that is why we start printing Ankara in silk, but in our own design, because we pick our own design in African heritage, and we are putting them together, and we form our own fabric from it.
The journey to where they are today has been meticulously thought through, and nothing has been left to chance.
I have done fashion shows in Dubai, but in Africa I have not done any yet. And also I participated in World Fashion Award in Dubai, and we came out third for the whole world. So we shows the world that also we can do that. We met different designers from America, from different parts of the world, from Europe. But at the end of the day, we came out third. You know, we did Barbie doll, we came out second. So also this motivates us to see that we can do beyond, you know, just Africa. And apart from that, also we have a lot of clients all over the world that we're making something for. And they appreciate our designs and job.
Technology being a key factor in the fashion industry, D&D Clothing are also pursuing that line.
Fashion is moving very fast, and I'm sure that we will be in every country in Africa. That's a first. I think that we will move in digital field as well, because right now fashion is moving in a digital world as well. So right now people are start wearing digital clothes, which is not even like a real. So which is just like a picture somewhere, and that's where fashion is going right now, because it's sustainable. So I really hope that we will move this trend as well, but I'm sure that even in 3 years, we will be in every country in Africa.
The future is just the beginning for me. The future is too bright for fashion design, especially the young ones that are coming. But for me, I believe that it's time for us to support each other. Because when you go to Europe, if you say a designer, all Europeans will support this person. If you're, for example, a makeup artist, you come, they will dress you, then you do the makeup. If you're a cameraman like DOP, you come with your camera, you take pictures, so you support each other, yes? Because if I give you clothes now, you make a very beautiful picture, you post this picture, so the world will see you as a cameraman, yeah? Then they will love your job. And at the same time, also, I will have picture, at least to put, this is the support that I want Africans to do, you know, unite together and believe in each other. And make sure, be proud of who you are. Be proud of your brand. Be proud of whatever you're doing. Because that is the only way we can go beyond what people think about us. It is time for Africa.